Hello tubes, Bruce Pender here. Well, we're finally doing a little bit of gardening videos instead of mechanical videos. So my wife and I called an arborist into the house, to the yard, and because we wanted to get the honest opinion of some of the trees that we've got growing here. It's about 12 feet to the house there. But the trunk of this spruce tree is almost 18 inches across. But the arborist said that this is a healthy tree and there's no issues with the foundation on the house. He says it's been mulched well with this gravel, although I do vacuum up the needles. You can see over here we got needles and less needles. He'll never get rid of them all. So that is one of the trees, pardon me, that we were working on getting, we're actually thinking of taking it out, but the arborist said no, pardon me. So there it is. Now I'll take you to the backyard. Alright, this is May the 13th, and normally this apple tree would almost be fully leafed out by now, but you can see it's just coming now. So I asked the arborist about this one, and he says that I've been doing a good job of pruning it. This spring I took off about that much of the twigs growing straight up, and I try to prune to an outgoing bud. Now last year I cut it there, and there was a bud there, when that caused the horizontal growth, and I guess with an apple tree you want horizontal growth. So this year that's a trim. You can see now that we're going to get horizontal growth on that bud because I've trimmed it to an outgoing bud. Whoops, I've trimmed it to an outgoing bud there. So this tree, he says, is in good shape, even though it is a bit close to the spruce trees here. It's doing okay. And this tree is 25 years old. So the next issue was before we bought the house, somebody planted this wild poplar, not a tame poplar. And it's a big tree. You've seen it in some of my other videos if you watch my channel much. And look at this. This is May the 13th, and this is a poplar tree. Poplar trees are kind of the mainstay here in Western Canada because we don't have a lot of good winters. So things like maple and oak do not survive here. So if it wasn't for the poplar tree and the spruce tree, we would have a desert here. So this tree, he says, is in good shape. We were going to take it out too, but he says it's got a good strong root system. So that's good. And then we had the remainder of the trees, which are these very big spruce trees. And there's only an issue with two of them. Those two right there. And they have a fungus. Some kind of a spruce fungus. I have no idea. I'm not an arborist. So we are going to hire a company to come in and spray these 3 times this winter, or this summer, excuse me, this summer. And if I can find out what kind of chemical it is, I might just use my pressure washer and spray it with that. So that's what's going on with the trees. The rest are bushes, i.e. potentillas, things like that. And my current project today, you probably saw this mess going on over here, is a couple, 3 times a year I dump this bottomless compost bin over, and I dig out the compost, and this pail of compost is going to be for our gladiolas this year. We're going to put a 4-inch base of compost on top of the glads. I'm so glad about that. And then the rest of the compost is going to go into the garden here. Now you can see there's quite a few spruce needles in this garden. But actually I took my pressure washer and I blew most of the spruce needles into the back of the garden back here in the trees, which the trees like that. So we have that's where the spruce trees needles go. There's quite a few right there. But I like to get rid of most of them because they make the garden a bit acidic. And I don't really want to move my garden because it's in a nice place. I've pulled the wooden sidewalk to the compost bin back so I can just rototill from there right straight across and my beautiful archway. Now traditionally I have put climbing beans on that archway, but I'm thinking of going to a flower. Jury's out yet, don't know. So everything is so slow this year, even the grass is struggling. And the deck is still dirty. I usually power wash that. But anyway, my gosh, I'm outside. It's 17 degrees Celsius, which for us is pretty nice. That's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So, BTHV1, over and out. Have a great day and enjoy. Okay guys, now the rest of the compost goes in my great little tomato bed. So as you can see, this isn't most people's version of compost, but to me it's pretty well rotted. The odd onion bulb and stuff, but it'll grind up with the rototiller. That'll be next.